Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm giving you a behind the scenes look at how I sculpt torn clothing in ZBrush, specifically for Aira's sweater from the Silky statue. This isn't a full step-by-step deep dive, but I wanted to show you one of the methods I like using for creating stylized tears and damaged fabric. I start with a high poly mesh that has no thickness, so it's just a surface. To get the torn look, I draw custom alphas in Clip Studio Paint. These are based on manga style tears and edge frays, and I try to keep them varied for a natural feel. Next in ZBrush, I use the masking tool along with drag rectangle to place those alphas. You can change the size, warpage, and placement of the alpha to break up the shapes and keep it from looking too uniform. For this sculpt, I'm going a bit slower and referencing the manga to figure out how the sweater should be torn on the opposite side. Once the masking is done, I use Group Masked under the Polygroups menu to isolate the shape. Then I can hide or split that group to reveal the torn area. This is a really useful trick for getting clean, controlled damage shapes. From there, I apply Dynamic Subdiv to add thickness to the new mesh. It gives it that fabric look, and I can still go back to adjust the silhouette or refine the tear shapes, depending on how aggressive I want the damage to look. I hope this gives you some insight into one of the ways I create torn clothing in my 3D models. This technique doesn't cover strands or fabric fibers, that's something I would approach differently. Let me know if you want to see that covered in the future. A huge thanks to my patrons for supporting my content. It really helps me keep creating and sharing my process. If you found this helpful or interesting, feel free to leave a like or a comment. I'd love to hear what you'd like me to cover next.